All right, one last good question. Big picture, what is the Bushwick dream?
You know, the Bushwick dream is to make sure that our people are still here, that the people that made Bushwick what it is continue to live here, that they can grow here and say I've been here and say I was part of this. There's a history, man. And that the next generation that comes in can listen to our stories and listen to our heart, and we can work together as a family. That's my dream.
New York City, 1981. A cultural and historical nexus. A booming Wall Street, the death of disco, and the birth of hip-hop. Powered by its people, New York City was the rising tide that lifted the world. But as the greatest city in America prospered, parts of it were consumed by civil unrest, drugs, blackouts, and massive crime.
One looter said it was wild. Mobs roamed the streets, smashing windows, ripping out gates, carrying away groceries, clothes, furniture, appliances.
On the periphery of the city, one underserved neighborhood was finding its identity, and amidst the concrete and turmoil, hope bloomed.
Hope Gardens was constructed during a period of social unrest, riots, blackouts, and a period where the future of Brooklyn was still pretty unclear.
The original Hope Gardens was built from 79 to 81. It was built as a promise to the residents of Bushwick that stable, affordable housing was within reach.
I've been here for 30 years. I raised my kids here. People in the building raise their kids, their great-grandkids, and we love it here. We family. 289 is a family building.
One of the tremendous aspects of Hope Gardens, and something we found immediately when we came here, was the base of existing residents, people who have been here, in some cases for generations since the beginning. There's a deep resident love for Bushwick, an attitude of belonging that exists here unlike anywhere else. When Hope Gardens and Bushwick Gardens were created in the 1970s, they were the promise of a new future, the promise of what could be public housing. Pennrose and Acacia are back here now working with NYCHA to renew that promise.
Hope Gardens renovations are not without their obstacles. From dealing with the Department of Housing and Urban Development to convincing skeptical residents that they won't be priced out or made victims of gentrification.
NYCHA was created in the 1930s in response to the housing crisis, coming out of the Great Depression. Fast forward decades, NYCHA is the largest public housing landlord in North America. NYCHA is really a gatekeeper to the largest stock of the city's affordable housing.
Our project includes 1,321 units. It's a lot of units, a lot of people.
NYCHA has endured federal budget cuts to its public housing program for decades. Recognizing that, NYCHA devised its Permanent Affordability Commitment Together program, or PACT. Pennrose is working together with NYCHA and Acacia in a joint venture capacity to preserve the affordability as well as repair the buildings within Hope Gardens and Bushwick Gardens.
Acacia's goal is to improve the quality of life for our tenants. We actually work with the residents and community to provide services that they need in real time. In addition to the food drive, we also understood that people needed COVID testing everywhere. We're here to help, really. The services that you need are going to be here for the long haul.
Many of the individuals that work for the Acacia Network are from the communities that we serve. So it's really an opportunity to provide employment as well as services and really see the community transform full circle.
Within this partnership is the unique opportunity for Hope Gardens residents to help build their own future. Unlike ordinary construction, these construction workers are part of the fabric of this community.
I've lived in Hope Gardens all my life.
I lived in Bushwick my whole life.
I lived in Hope Gardens for 25 years.
I used to live in Brooklyn in the nitro houses. I've been here my whole life, entire life.
It actually feels great to be renovating the apartment buildings that I've lived in because I can see the change already. It's a lot prettier, the residents are a lot more happy.
You know, we had a little time together from a stranger that I'd never know, and she's constantly calling my phone, wanting to talk, you know, so it's, I gotta turn this off. Yeah. It's mainly the tennis is holding me.
They just want things done, they don't want people bothering, and I understand that. Because I have family and I have friends that live here.
They just want to live comfortable like everybody else and just be happy.
Feeling like a hero in the community that I grew up in. It's surreal, man. I love it.
Stable housing is a step towards a stable life, making anything possible, from going to school, to finding a job, to raising a family. The success of the Hope Gardens renovations is measured in success and the happiness of the kids who live here. From childhood development to graduation rates to finding your passion, the promise of stable housing changes everything about a child's life.
My name is Isabel, and I've lived in Hope Gardens for 7 years. I've been a dancer since I was like 5 years old. It makes me feel confident. Dancing makes me feel alive. My name is Anjani. I lived in Hope Gardens since I was 8. I love playing basketball. I want to play college basketball. Hope Gardens is my home. I feel safe here. I feel like I can grow here.
Our kids deserve their new bathroom, deserve a little paint job, deserve a little heat, deserve a nice play area. I used to play with rocks, now we got basketball courts. This is what we need.
This is one of the best projects in all of Brooklyn. I was 14 years old when these projects were built. So I've been here my whole life. Exactly what you see, we didn't have this. All of this was completely burnt down. We didn't know that we were poor, but we were rich in family and culture, so that made a very big difference. And as you can see, it's still, the culture is still around.
The promise of Hope Gardens is just that, a promise, a commitment to the future of this community. Filled with wishes, plans, and dreams, the Hope Gardens time capsule will be reopened in 15 years.
The memories from the Hope Gardens pack conversion, putting it here, being sealed, and we're going to reopen this. Think about new futures, think about new beginnings.
2, 3, go! Go! Here we go.
Whatever the future may hold for Bushwick, Hope Gardens will get through it the same way they always have, together. And this is only the beginning.